Hi, I'm Dr. Cynthia Clark, acupuncture physician, applied clinical nutritionist, and creator of Energy Evolution. And I want to talk to you about where you've been sleeping. Actually, I want to talk to you about how you've been sleeping because so many of us wind up with a little bit of sleep deprivation that eventually we just tend to accept and we treat it as the new norm. So, like, 6 is the new 8. It's fine, it's no big deal. Everybody doesn't get enough sleep, it's no big deal. And I want to share with you a few things that people with sleep deprivation often experience. But when we have sleep deprivation, it can be really hard to mentally keep track of everything. So one of the things, the biggest thing that happens with sleep deprivation is loss of focus. It's very difficult, even though we might be as smart, our intelligence, our IQ doesn't change. But have you ever had a dumb day where you're smart, but you just did not bright things that day? Like maybe you slammed your finger in the door, or maybe you got into a little bit of a fender bender because you just weren't quite completely all the way present. That lack of focus is well documented and it's very, very easy to see. In fact, it's so easy to see that people who are just 1 hour sleep deprived, so that's if you're sleeping 7 hours a night, people who are sleeping 7 hours a night are twice as likely to have a motor vehicle accident. I learned this when I was in high school because my dad would not let me drive the car if I slept, if I hadn't gotten 8 hours of sleep. And that was really frustrating to me, but my dad was a pilot and an aircraft mechanic and inspector, and he knew that it was really dangerous to not get enough sleep. So, and he knew that it was a big piece of machinery and that my brain hadn't done those things before. And so it was going to be juggling a lot of new information. And so even though I was frustrated and I felt like that was a really dumb rule, it was actually a really important one, and one that I still respect to this day. That whenever I'm sleep deprived, I make sure that I pay extra close and careful attention. Okay, so that's a little bit about the focus. There's another thing that happens, and any scuba divers out there, raise your hand. Okay, any scuba divers out there will know that there are 3 reasons that you're not allowed to go on a dive. 1 is dehydration. 2 is if you've been drinking alcohol, and the 3rd is sleep deprivation. And why is that? Why would you not be able to dive if you've just done something that most Americans do, a few times a week? Seems a little strict. Well, the reason for it is because you wind up with an imbalance of nitrogen in the body, and that imbalance leads to a very, very dangerous and painful condition called the bends. And what happens is that nitrogen bubbles up and is really, really, really painful. So divers know that sleep deprivation is dangerous because it leads to this imbalance in the body. So the rest of us should take a cue from that and be aware that those imbalances are really quite dangerous for us. The 3rd thing to mention is that there is something called the Chinese meridian clock, and you can see it on my website. In this clock, you can see that every organ has about a 2-hour window that it's like picture all of the organs as if they are the main character in a play. And during that time, that's their time to be on stage front and center and to get all of the great attention of the body. So the body is kind of its audience. Well, if we're sleep deprived, it's like there's all of our organs are crowding the stage at the same time, and nobody's getting the attention that they deserve. So what happens is that from 7 to 9 o'clock at night, for example, this is the time that the pericardium has center stage. And the pericardium is the lining that goes around the heart. So it's very important to help protect the heart from any sort of immune issues. So from any kind of inflammation, that's the pericardium's job. When we don't get enough sleep, then the pericardium doesn't, or when we're awake and really, really active from 7 to 9, the pericardium doesn't really get a chance to rest and relax. So if we're in the habit of staying up very, very late, then what we find is all of these different organs, the pericardium, the sanjiao, the gallbladder, the liver, they suffer. And it takes their toll over time. In fact, clinically in my practice, the people that have had to work night shifts for a period of time, they always have liver and kidney issues. And when I was in school, I worked as a personal trainer, and for a little while I pulled the first thing in the morning shift. And so I would have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't get done with school. I didn't get out of school until 10 o'clock at night. And so, of course, it took time to drive home and to rest and to wind down. And that was only 6 hours between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. And during this time, my digestion suffered. My stomach was always tight, and so it was difficult to get the nutrients from my food. And even when I ate, I never really felt very replenished. So sleep deprivation takes its toll on other areas of the body, and I would like to help you with this. In fact, I would really like to teach you how to do the things that help insomnia the most. So on Saturday, August the 4th, we're going to be holding a very special energy evolution class. And in this class, you're not only going to get to learn my best energy evolution techniques, but over the years, on my hardest insomnia cases, there is one thing that I have done that has been really, really, really powerful. That one thing is a tool that you can use yourself in order to change the patterns of your sleep. So this very special class has a special tool that you will get to use. It is a tool that you will be running on your computer. So this is a class that you need to RSVP for in advance, because we need to get you set up with this computer program on your computer. And then when you come to class, you'll bring the computer. And in addition to all of the other great energy work and energy medicine that I'll be teaching you about, you'll also get to learn how to use your computer to help you sleep. So it's going to be really, really great. This is Saturday, August 4th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's held at Spirit University. The class is $149, so please call us or email us to RSVP today. Our phone number is 941-923-9355, and our email address is office, OFFICE, at longevitywc.com, and that's spelled LONGEVITYWC.com. I look forward to helping you. Not only is this great for you, but you can even do this work on other people and help them. So if you know somebody that's suffering from sleep deprivation, from trouble sleeping, or maybe waking up at night and having trouble falling back asleep, then this is the class for you. And I would love, 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 love to help you. I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to have a great time. I'll see you soon.